Nobody talks about this, but one of the biggest reasons people stay financially stuck is the exact thing they think will save them: a higher salary. This is why you're still struggling financially, even after receiving a raise. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't work hard. However, a higher salary does not automatically translate to greater wealth. If you're under 30, you need to hear this. A raise can make your life more comfortable, but comfort is not the same thing as freedom. And I learned this too late. Many people spend years chasing bigger paychecks, only to realize they're still stressed, still behind, and still living month to month at a higher level. Before we dive in, if you're interested in improving your finances, developing smarter money habits, and learning how to grow your income, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you never miss practical tips that can actually change your financial future. Here's the trap. Most people believe their financial problem is income, so they tell themselves, once I start earning more, everything will be fine. And to be fair, sometimes earning more does help. It can reduce pressure, it can help you catch up, it can give you breathing room. But here's what usually happens. You start earning more, then your lifestyle quietly rises with it. Your rent goes up, your taste changes, your spending becomes more relaxed. You start ordering more food, upgrading your phone sooner, taking on subscriptions you barely use, buying things because you deserve it, and before long, the raise is gone. Not because your salary was too small, but because your system stayed the same. That's the part nobody wants to talk about. A raise increases income. It does not automatically increase discipline. It does not automatically increase investing. It does not automatically build assets. And it definitely does not fix bad money habits. So now you're making more money, but you still feel stuck. And that feeling is frustrating because from the outside, it looks like you should be doing better. People assume higher earners are building wealth, but a lot of them are just higher paid versions of financially stressed people. They have nicer things, better looking lives, but underneath it, they're trapped. This is the salary trap. It convinces you that the next raise is the answer while distracting you from the real issue. If every increase in income gets swallowed by lifestyle, debt, pressure, and poor planning, you're not building wealth. You're just upgrading your struggle. And the crazy part is, this happens to smart people all the time. People who work hard, people with degrees, people with good jobs, people who are doing everything right. Because nobody teaches them the difference between earning money and keeping money, between looking successful and actually becoming financially secure.
Let's make this real. Imagine two people. Person A earns a moderate salary, lives below their means, saves consistently, invests every month, and uses extra income to buy assets. Person B earns twice as much, but spends almost everything, finances a lifestyle they can barely maintain, and depends completely on their next paycheck. Who looks richer? Probably person B. Who is actually becoming wealthy? Person A. That's the difference. Wealth is not about how much money passes through your hands. It's about how much you keep, how well you direct it, and whether it's working for you when you're not working. That's why raises don't create wealth on their own. They only create potential. And if that potential is not captured with intention, it disappears. Now, let's talk about why this trap is so easy to fall into. First, salary gives you the illusion of progress. You get a raise, and you feel like you're moving forward, and technically you are. But emotional progress and financial progress are not always the same thing. Your paycheck is higher, so you feel more secure, but if your expenses rise just as fast, nothing truly changes. That's why some people get a raise and still feel anxious, still feel behind, still feel like money disappears too quickly. Because deep down, they know the problem didn't leave, it just got dressed better. Second, most people use raises to reward burnout. And I get it. You've been working hard. You've been stressed. You've been pushing through exhaustion, self-doubt, deadlines, and pressure. So when more money comes in, the first instinct is to finally enjoy something. Better clothes, more weekends out, a new gadget, a nicer apartment, more convenience. And none of those things are evil. The problem is when every raise becomes recovery spending instead of wealth building. You're not using more income to buy freedom. You're using it to survive the life your work is creating. That's a dangerous cycle, because now your lifestyle needs the same job that is draining you. Now you can't slow down, you can't pivot, you can't take risks, you can't breathe. The raise that was supposed to help you actually made you more dependent. Third, people confuse income with assets. This is a big one. Your salary is active income. It depends on you showing up, your time, your energy, your attention. Wealth usually comes from assets. Assets are things that can pay you, grow in value, or reduce future pressure. That could be investments, a business, a skill that brings freelance income, digital products, a side hustle with systems, cash reserves, even owning things that save you money consistently. If all your money goes into consumption, then your income is flowing out as fast as it comes in. But when part of it goes into assets, you slowly create a life where money is no longer tied only to your next paycheck. That's how you escape the trap. Not by earning more alone, but by converting income into ownership. And this is where a lot of people start feeling uncomfortable, because it means being honest. It means admitting that maybe the issue isn't just, I need more money. Maybe it's also, I don't have a plan, I spend emotionally, I upgrade too fast, I avoid looking at my numbers, I keep telling myself I'll get serious later. That later is expensive, because every year you delay building systems, you strengthen habits that keep you dependent. And yes, sometimes the problem really is low income. Let's be real, there are people whose salaries are genuinely not enough, especially with how expensive life is getting. So this is not me saying just budget harder and magically everything is fixed.
No. Sometimes you do need to increase your income, but if you increase income without improving money habits, financial thinking, and asset building, you'll just carry the same struggle into a more expensive life. So what should you do instead? Start with this. Every raise should come with a new rule. Do not allow all of it to disappear into lifestyle. That's step one. If your income goes up, decide immediately where that extra money will go before your habits claim it. Maybe 50% goes to investing. Maybe part goes to an emergency fund. Maybe part goes into learning a skill that can grow your income outside your job. Maybe part helps you pay off high-interest debt faster. The exact percentage matters less than the principle. Give your raise a job before your lifestyle gives it one. Second, build a gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is where wealth starts. If there's no gap, there's no room to breathe, no room to invest, no room to recover, no room to build. A lot of people want financial freedom, but their spending leaves no space for it. You do not need to become extreme. You do not need to stop enjoying life. But you do need margin, because margin creates options. Options reduce pressure, and reduced pressure helps you make better decisions. Third, focus on buying back future freedom. This mindset changes everything. Before you spend money, ask, will this make me look successful or become stronger? Will this make life easier for a moment or better in the long run? Is this helping me escape dependence or decorate it? That question alone can save you years, because real wealth is not loud. Sometimes it looks boring. It looks consistent. It looks like saying no. It looks like automation. It looks like investing before spending. It looks like building quietly while other people are trying to look ahead. Fourth, create income streams that do not depend only on salary. This matters a lot, especially if you're young. Your job can fund your life, yes,
but it should also help fund your exit from total dependence on that job. That could mean freelancing with a skill you already have, starting a small service business, creating content, selling a digital product, learning sales, learning tech, building something small on the side that grows over time. Not because side hustles are trendy, but relying on one source of income in an unstable world is risky. A raise is helpful, but leverage is better. And fifth, stop measuring success only by what you can afford now. Measure it by how little stress your future self will carry because of what you do today. That's a better scorecard. Because the goal is not to impress people this month. The goal is to build a life that doesn't keep breaking you financially. So if you've been telling yourself, I just need a better salary, I want you to zoom out. Maybe you do need more income, but don't stop there. Ask yourself, if I got a raise tomorrow, what would actually change? Would I build assets? Would I save more? Would I invest? Would I create margin? Or would my lifestyle rise and keep me in the same place? Be honest. That honesty can change your life, because once you understand that salary alone does not create wealth, you stop chasing money blindly and start building a system. And that system is what protects you when motivation is low, when life gets expensive, when burnout hits, and when things don't go according to plan. That system is what turns income into stability, into options, into freedom. So, here's the recap. Raises are not bad, but raises alone do not create wealth. If your spending rises with your income, you stay stuck. If your money is not being directed into assets, you stay dependent. If you keep rewarding burnout with lifestyle upgrades, you delay freedom. And if you never build a gap between earning and spending, you never give wealth a place to grow. So try this tonight. Look at the last time your income increased, even a little. Ask yourself, where did that money go? And then make one small decision your future self will thank you for. Automate some savings. Cut one useless expense. Start one investment. Learn one income-producing skill. Just one step. That's how it starts. Not with hype, not with pretending, not with waiting for some perfect salary, with one honest decision and one smart system. If you got value from this video and you're already subscribed, that's amazing. You're taking action and growing every single day. But if you're not, chances are you might not see our videos again. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be among the first to know whenever we post a new one. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other videos to keep learning and improving your finances. See you in the next video.